That's at 100, huh?
Uh-huh. And I say, folks, what I want to do is I want to make sure you understand that this is not a gimmick. Put your hand right there. All right? Now, I need you to come on over here, and I want you to read the meter. So, when you put your hand there,
Yes.
it moves, right?
Wow.
We're not Penn and Teller.
Right.
This is not a gimmick. What I want to do is show you the easy way of how product starts. And I go through what's called the evolution of glass. And when glass began, and when windows first started to be made, they came with a single pane of glass. And all this really did was stop the elements from coming in. So where'd that go down to the meter?
That's pretty hot still.
So I'm
85.
still allowing in 85% of the outside energy. And it's still hot, right?
Right.
So basically all this did do was stop the wind, or a portion of it, and the elements from the outside. Now,
We have that glass sheet. You guys are using our glass sheet to write down your numbers? So? Yes.
so what I do is I lay mine out methodically. I actually have a blue blanket I lay down, because just like if you guys were going to go to a jeweler and you buy a watch, what do? They lay it right out so it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
So what they came out with, after the single pane glass, we started thinking about energy. They came out with a storm window, which we call a piggyback storm that goes in. Or in the 60s, they came out with what's called an insulated glass unit. And that's when they take two pieces of glass and seal them together.
Amazing. So 76.
It's only 9% better
Single pane.
than single pane.
Right.
Better, so through technology, that storm window that you have on there really isn't doing a whole lot of good for you. So what happened is in the 70s, they came out with this product called Low-E. Low-E is a semi-metallic material that's impregnated on the glass. And in the 70s, it was a roll form. So they take big rollers, and it rolled out, and it stuck to the glass. And what it does is it's like a mirror. It's made the sun and heat to go back to its source.
Wow. Still a lot of heat coming in there.
Still a lot of heat, right?
Did they start off, by the way, with tin, or was it silver oxide, something they used right off the bat?
It was a lead. It was a semi-metallic lead material that was put in there, in the 3M. But technology, as we get better, it tests better, right? So it works. So you guys notice what I'm doing here, right? So what we do is we offer some of the best glass out on the market today. And just like your automobile, the automobile today is much better than the automobile was in the 60s. Wouldn't you agree? So what we've done is we've come out with a soft coat layer Low-E, which is actually called a sputter coat or a spray coat. And it's a 12-layer Low-E that gets sprayed on the inside of the piece of glass. So our best piece of glass that we offer today is a triple glazed unit. Has Low-E on the inside of both inside surfaces. So you're going to have actually 24 layers of that Low-E on there.
Ooh.
What is your
0.
Do you feel anything?
No, not a bit.
So we offer what most guys do offer, and we do offer a single layered Low-E process. So it would be that same 12-layer Low-E on the inside of the outside piece of glass. If somebody really just had and where that'll bring that into is at a 13. So we're blocking out 87%, allowing in 13%. But folks, what I really want to show you guys is where technology has gone, come from, and is at.
You showed me that. Yeah. All the time. It's great.
What's that say?
5.
0.
So I can take all of technology from yesterday and today, and I can give it to you in just this. Which would you rather have in your house? That's how I do it. Now, I also then talk about, in the process, I talk about what argon is. Because argon is...
Can I add to your glass demo?
Absolutely.
So now, I've showed you what we can do in the summer, based on your glass demonstration. Now, one of the other things that's interesting is we just don't have summer, right? So we have winter time. So what I'm going to do with this BTU meter is I'm going to put it over here. Now again, with glass technology, we want to reflect the heat back to its original source. So if it's hot inside the house, we don't want it to go outside the windows, and we just showed you that. You'll never have your husband stand outside and say, in his boxers, oh, I feel the heat coming through, but it's going out, right? Because our heat is escaping through our windows, that's why you call this up. We want to keep the heat back to the original source. Now, if it's summer outside, we don't want that heat coming in and driving our air conditioning bills up. Now that it's winter, we don't want the heat going outside, driving our heating bills up. Years ago, one or the other was more expensive. Now, today, we don't get any rest. It's a high bill throughout the entire year, right? We get a high electric bill, we get a high gas bill. So I want to show you how much money we can save you on reflecting the heat back to the house and not letting it go through the windows. And I'll start with that single pane glass, and I want to keep this on an angle, and I want to make this show you how I reflect the heat back to the original source. So if I just move this around and get to the highest part right here, we're going to get 90% of the heat back, right, from this one.
Mm-hmm.
Now on double glazed glass, we're going to get back to the higher the number, the better here, because we want to keep it inside the house, right? 190. Feel how much heat's still coming through there, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
We're losing a lot of energy,
Mm-hmm.
but we're reflecting some of it back
Mhm.
with clear glass. Now here, again, the higher the number, the better. So we are at, what's my highest number you see here? Mark? What around?
175.
Okay, 175. Here's what's confusing, Mark. That's clear glass, 175. Now there's a product, that low E glass that everybody uses in the industry. It's built to absorb the heat, not reflect it that well.
Mhm.
Here's low E glass.
The industry standard.
And what was my clear?
150.
150?
65.
I was 165 here and here. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, this is the expensive. This is what I'm going to pay for. I'm going to get brand new windows, and I'm going to be upset that heat is more money to heat my house after replacing windows. Now you're going to save money in the summertime, right? Because I'm going to lower your energy bills. Wouldn't you be upset if I couldn't do your energy bills with low E
Mhm.
and it's higher in the
Mhm.
wintertime? So again, you have low E, that's going to get me up to about 186. Clear glass,
Oh, you did the other
Just the other way.
100. Oh yeah.
one. Lovely.
So
Clear glass.
clear glass is going to get me to 186 or whatever that number is. Hard coat is going to get me to 140. So low E doesn't do as well in the summertime as it does in the wintertime, right?
Mhm.
Or it doesn't do as well in the wintertime as
That
it does in the
does in the summer.
summertime. Now you'd be upset if your energy bills went up after replacing your windows, right?
I'd kill it.
Our standard glass,
Wow, I can feel the heat all the way back here, Steve.
is going to go past 600. Feel the heat coming back here.
Mhm.
And when I do that, I like to have the wife or the husband literally
Sit
sitting there
right
so
here.
they feel it on
Yeah,
their
you feel it,
hands,
yeah.
on
Are you
their
feeling
face,
it?
on
Yeah.
their arm. Yeah, you actually
So
do.
now you don't feel much coming through here, though, right?
No.
Now that's just our standard glass, Mark. Now, our triple pane, again, we're just going to blow it off the meter. You feel nothing coming
Mhm.
through here.
Magnifies.
Yep. Again.
Mm-hmm. I
So,
like that.
so not only, now I told you our window is Energy Star certified in all 50 states. Most companies will have an Energy Star certification for their climate, their
Right.
area, right?
Right.
Now, Mark, do we get cold Alaskan winters out there today?
Yeah.
Arctic winters, right?
Yeah.
We know that. Now, do we get boiling hot Texas
Yep.
summer in
Yep.
the summertime? We do. So that's why we decided at Four Seasons to partner with a manufacturer that gives us a window that's Energy Star certified in all 50 states. I'm going to get all extremes. I'm going to get that brutal Arctic winter that we all know, and I'm going to get the brutal hot summer sun that's in the Texas and Florida. So now, which window would you rather have?
Well, I'd rather have the best.
Right. Now, we also have a sheet that will keep the score.
No, you're right.
So
Right.
for the homeowners, they'll keep the score. Now, Mark,
I like
which
the
one's going to save you?
reflective.
Yeah, which one's going to save you more money in the summertime? Which going to
Solar.
save? Yeah. So,
Oil tracks.
and that's where you're going to end up pricing it. Now, Mark, I don't know. Maybe this isn't in your budget, but I'll tell you what. I think we should price it up anyways. And now,
Absolutely.
if I have 0 to 70 United Inch windows and they're all in the bedrooms and they're, I'm going to start with this because I want a price condition. So you're at 5 on this, or you're at 0 on this, Mark, and those windows are going to cost you $750 a piece. Now, if they say, fine, let's do them, that's fine. Now, if they say, that's ridiculous, I couldn't do that. I say, Mark, no, honestly, unless you have a wall of windows and it's a big piece of glass, I wouldn't recommend this for 35 by 35 inch wide windows, just because I'm feeling the drop out of it. But wouldn't you agree? And they say, well, I think your standard glass is just fine.
Yep.
It's just fine. Now remember, my standard glass is better than everything else in the industry. My starting point on my radiance window is better than anything else in the industry. And we did that for a reason. Why did we do that? We're a heating and air conditioning company. We've been saving people energy for 41 years. We couldn't go ahead and sell a window that's not energy efficient, could we? So our base window is more energy efficient than most windows
See,
out there.
with you guys, what I would really look at if you do it that way, and with the promotion that you guys are going to run with your heating and air stuff, for the money that you're taking off, that's upgrading them into the Ultra S
Right.
glass package. So, folks, I mean, with the discount we're giving you guys today, which is the $200 savings, let's look and put that towards the better glass and take advantage of it
Sure.
all the way around. That's
Great way to sell that. Yeah.
Upsell.
Yeah, upsell.
Wouldn't you rather have a better,
I like
better
that.
glass
I've
than
never seen it done that way.
I don't know. We started doing
been
it
doing it that way? Champions or
Now, what
Well,
we also
Champion
did.
used to do it is because they didn't have triple glaze, so they were killing triple glaze.
Right. Now, the other thing at Champion we used to do is we used to have the spectrum
UV
detector.
spectrum meter.
No.
The meter. No.
No, it actually
No,
shows
the yellow
amount
box.
of UV right.
That
Oh, yeah,
shows
yeah,
the
yeah.
UV. It
Yeah.
shows the radiant. It shows all of those things. So we used to do that.
UV light.
It would only
light
allow
transmit.
94%.
Right.
So I'm not. In fact, I still to this day I don't use that.
I've
But I
never
do.
used it.
But I use this.
Yeah.
I'll use this and the foil in the home, and I'll say, "No, Mrs. Johnson, look at that."
You want me
Now-
to put it back
Yeah.
in? Go ahead, put it back in.
Sorry. I'll incorporate this into my glass demo. And say, "No, Mrs. Johnson." Usually, if it's at 600, here's the most energy efficient option that most people would like. I mean, you'd love to have insulation in your glass, wouldn't you? It's just not a good view.
Right.
It's not
You
attractive.
get a chuckle.
But yeah, it gets a chuckle. Then you might have the aluminum foil one that reflects the heat. Now, this isn't a good window. You know, feel how heavy that is.
Yep.
But again, when you take all these panes of glass and put it in front of there, we perform better than just a wall of insulation. And and I need to get this from Ryan and Chris for our services. We need to order Hanso temperature guns. I'll go to a house that says my windows are cold and they leak. When I run a service, I used to do it at Champion. I'd shoot the outside
Yeah, the
wall.
Black and Decker gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot the outside wall. It's 65 degrees. I shoot the window and it's 70.
Right.
And Mrs. Johnson, what do you think really is the problem here?
Right.
I think we have an insulation problem.
Right.
Windows are doing their job.
Or the services where they really come in handy.
Right.
Well, you can do the chiller test too.
Yeah, and you do the chiller test. We need to order those temperature guns too. Chiller.
Yeah.
I like the chiller.
I like
test.
that. I used to do the chiller
I don't
test,
mind the
especially
chiller
in the
test.
winter time. I really,
Yeah.
I mean, you know,